you don't want me to curse you out, then please respect me when I ask you nicely. Don't twerk. She calls it on herself, to be honest.
Look, you cause it on yourself. Look, this is the thing.
The causation of it all.
The causation of it all. People over here be trying to act like they surprised when somebody go off on them after, and that's another thing. That's another misconception. They think because you're nice, you can't go there. And they're like, man, he ain't gonna do nothing. Girl, get back up there. You know there was a hype girl up there. Go. Ask her, and get it. You know there was a hype girl twerking, hyping them up. You
heard them. They was like, hey,
exactly.
You know, there was hyping them up. That is the generation thing. Every time something happened, hey. I wonder where that came from.
I do.
Because when I was younger, I remember like when the girl started twerking, all the other girls was, hey, and it was like, what made y'all just start doing that? Like, because I guarantee you, if I was to ask my parents or ask our grandparents, did y'all ever say, hey, when somebody started dancing, was y'all doing that? I don't think they would say that it was. I think it started during the time of when we were growing up. Not saying, you know, our generation, our like millennials started it, but I'm just saying that's when I first heard it. Right. But I don't think if we were to ask my grandmother, I don't think she would say that they did it. I honestly think it was our parents. I think they were the ones that started it, and it just got bigger now.
Yes.
So,
what's your take? Because people that's listening, because personally I feel like people over here, they always try to take people's niceness for weakness, and he wasn't having it, and you think, okay, you playing games with me now, so you tried your hand. You were smelling yourself, like the black folks. You're smelling yourself. You were smelling yourself. You thought that you could get up on my chair and act a fool.
Did you smell what the Rock is cooking?
You better be glad he didn't tell you to go out and get a switch. Because you know your tail acting up in the restaurant. And you wouldn't act that way in them other restaurants. And they know exactly what I'm talking about. They go, oh yeah, like you said, don't embarrass me in this restaurant. And when they go to
this nice restaurant, you gotta put that on there.
Oh, this nice restaurant. But with black people, why can't their brothers' restaurant be nice? And don't enable people's bad behavior.
Oh, let's ask this question, and we really want y'all to answer this. As black people, do we respect a black restaurant who considers themselves upscale? Do we consider them as a nice restaurant, or because it's owned by a black person, not a white person, is it just a black owned restaurant? Because I've seen where there's a lot of like T.I.'s restaurant. I would consider it a upscale restaurant. What's it called? 90 something degrees or something like that. How you don't know? You from Atlanta? That's just sad.
Do not talk to me.
But seriously, like I would like just from seeing it even on just TV, seeing his restaurant, I would think it was upscale. But a lot of people would think, oh, this is just another black-owned restaurant. I want to know, do you personally think that it's a black-owned or a upscale because it's nice? Like, I would think it was nice because I would think it's upscale because it was so nice. Like when I seen it on TV, he had some of the nicest looking chairs in there I would want in my house. And he had them in the restaurant.
Right.
So,
I mean, that it's a question. It's a question. Another question, like you said, the thing is, are we programmed with history that just in our mind that when we go into a black restaurant, it doesn't matter if someone spent $1 million or $2 on it, that still is not as good as another race owning it. We just don't put it as the same caliber. It'll never reach the same caliber of any other
Cheesecake Factory or something.
That's like a moderate. That's not like high class where the junk is like.
It is heckly expensive.
No, you know those. No. Have you ever seen on Facebook when people would have those tickets that they print out and it's like 2 people and it's like 500? That's high class restaurants.
I mean, but if you just look at Cheesecake Factory, they just hold themselves so nice. Like, especially the one in Kansas City at the Plaza.
That's like middle class.
But you know, the one at the Plaza it looks better than just a middle class.
It does, but
it's still the company is middle class.
It's because it's not. It's usually those high class ones are usually one of a kind. You can't get a reservation. You have to get a reversation, and you can't. I mean, and they're like
P.F. Chang.
They could be like a year out.
Are you talking about like P.F. Chang type place?
Maybe.
Or Texas Day Brazil, stuff like that.
I don't know.
You've never been to Texas Day Brazil?
Look, I never.
There's one here in Houston.
I never been to a place where, like, I'll go in and be scared having $100. And be scared that it's going to go over. Like,
there's this one place in Kansas City where, when I tell you, one burger cost me $40, I never went there again.
That's the stuff.
I only went there because I was going with my church. I ain't never do it again. I promise you that.
Right.
I'm never spending no $40.
And that's when you scared to get.
And the burger wasn't even that good. That's how. I was mad. I spent so much money on a not good burger.
I mean, you're paying for the ambiance and stuff like that.
Exactly.
And the name and things like that. So
only good thing was the drinks were
the
free.
Reputation.
Like, seriously, that was the only good thing. Drinks were free, but the food itself cost an arm and a leg.
And that's the thing. That's what those scary restaurants. But it's like we have to respect
each
everyone. And how are we going to want to be treated equally as a community when we don't even treat ourselves equally? Think about it. It starts from within. It starts from within.
Within yourself. Look deep inside yourself.
Gotta know.
You gotta know about Jingle Jangle.
Jingle Jangle is an original movie that premiered on Netflix on November the 6th. Now, we promised you this is a part of the Podmas.
What?
Part of Podmas. So it's always good to see black excellence in film. I'm seeing that it's becoming more prevalent, and especially something to see on the holidays, black excellence. Again, this movie is on Netflix. It's called The Jingle Jangle, A Christmas Journey, a wonderful family movie. It is rated PG, so great for your family and your friends coming over. Get the hot chocolate going.
Yes.
Eggnog, cookies, and the like. Cuddle up underneath the covers and just enjoy this beautiful film. It is approximately 2 hours and 2 minutes. It's a musical and fantasy movie. And the director is David E. Talbert. And we have Geronicus, who is Forrest Whitaker. We have Journey, who is played by Madeline Mills. We have Ricky Martin. We have Keegan Michael Key, and he's Gustafsson, and I love him. He plays great on the film. And we have Anika Noni Rose that plays Jessica, and the Goddess, okay, Miss Felicia Rashad, and we have Elisa Davina Phillip, Miss Johnson.
Now, when you bring up Felicia Rashad, you know that is your royalty in black film.
Oh my gosh, it's so great to see her.
It was amazing to see her acting again, because it had been so long since I had seen her in a movie. Now, I gotta say, huh?
What's the last movie you seen her in?
Wasn't she in that one? Something Grace, Fall from Grace or something like that.
Yes, that new Tyler Perry joint.
Yeah, I think that was the last. I think that was the last one I seen from her. But when I tell you, Jingle Jangle was another level of her acting.
Another level.
She killed that position because she was basically like the storyteller of the whole thing, right?
Right, that's how it opens up. Spoiler alert if we do. Just put it out there. She's a beautiful actress. She is a grandmother. It's getting late. The boy wants to hear, I believe, a traditional story of the Nutcracker. And his sister's like, you can see her face. She's like, bruh,
can we get something else?
We hear about this every Christmas and every night. Like,
I don't want it no more.
I don't want to hear about the Nutcracker. And Felicia Rashad, the grandmother, she heard that little baby's cry through her facial expressions. Like, you know what? I'm going to give you something else.
Exactly.
I'm going to give you a Jingle Jangle. Now, I wanted us to kind of play a questionnaire game with you back and forth. Having some questions here.
I'm a little scared about that.
Now, was there anything... No, what did you like best about the movie? And why?
What did I like best? Quite honestly, the part I liked best was when his granddaughter got him to believe again in his creations. Mm-hmm. Because he had stopped believing in his creations because of an incident that happened with his assistant. So when it took family to bring him back to his original mindset.
Exactly.
And so to think of it as a situation where the granddaughter was able to make him happy again, that made me excited. That made me excited because who doesn't like to see somebody coming back to themselves?
Exactly.
Okay, I got one for you. Since you got asked questions and stuff, you know, I got a question for you. You ready?
You're extra for no reason.
That's not extra. Did anything that happened in the movie remind you of something that has occurred in your own life, or that you have seen occur in others?
Bro, you decided to ask a deep one. This is the thing. I feel like
I think I stumped her, y'all.
This is the beauty of this movie. Okay? The beauty of this movie is that it does relate. And in the movie, like you said, spoiler alert, don't listen any further if you haven't seen the movie.